Greetings, salutations, and welcome. We will be starting a session here in a bit. We're just waiting for the last few things to settle in and the last players to arrive. We'll be starting soon.
Hold on. Have you put on your headset so that we could prevent the double voice?
No.
That might help it.
No.
How much inspiration do you guys have?
I am full. But if you need, if everyone is full, then I will just do it. It will be fine. Tend not to use inspirations. I let the things lie. But so, if no one needs the inspiration, I will begin the summary. So, last time on Tribes of Uthmar, our brave heroes continued to travel the grass sea, pushing ever further into pushing ever closer to the god flesh. Our heroes decided to vector north to check in on one rumoredly destroyed town. As the group traveled, they happened upon a Mithra a shrine that showed signs of battle. Kolith jumped in bravely, announcing his presence, allowing everybody and their mother to know that he was there, to ambush him, per se. Haha. No, he just assumed that if anybody was there, that they would have already left. That there was more. No one scary was probably there. Anywho, they found naught but corpses. Kolith and Tenny gathered up the corpses while the others investigated the destroyed shrine. There were statues of local gods and goddesses. The statues themselves showed particular devastation, which is interesting in and of itself. As the party began to look through, they realized that there was something odd about the Mithra Shrine, about the Mithara Shrine. So, the party began to reconstruct the statue, if only to put at least something right in this devastated land. After the statue was fully reconstructed, the party realized that there was something underneath. And with the proper supplication, a bunker revealed itself. The party ventured into the bunker, showing a relatively comfortable-looking room. And Kolith, being Kolith, decided to continue the search and found a offshoot to the bunker where several women were hiding. They mistook Kolith's obviously a heroic nature as somehow threatening them. No idea why. Anywho, the party came in to defuse the situation and interrogate them over what happened. Turns out, this party of women have been hiding under this in this bunker for at least a month, and they were basically very racist. This drove him away, not willing to deal with such bigotry. As such, Kolith, Seamus, Tenny, and Koi continued the interrogation. Before long, the team uncovered not really that much from them, other than they were really scared. Soon, the party settled in for a break. Tenny reveled in the fact that there were actual real beds to deal with, while Nim stayed up top, keeping watch over the party. Nim was then contacted Tenny's patron, and he revealed that the Godflesh had slaughtered several children of Minthara, our little Gorgon escort. And that it was truly a dangerous thing that we are attempting. Will we find out how the Godflesh killed Gorgons? Hopefully we will. Will our parties continue and succeed in killing the Godflesh? Of course we will. It's me. Anywho, let's see what happens this time on Tribes of Uthmar.
Thank you. Inspiration
No problem.
point earned if you could have more.
I can't.
Okay, I can
Is
just
this
steal
such? I mean, is there such thing as too much inspiration?
it. I mean, oh no. Oh no. There's so much. The
I'm lucky.
brainstorming.
I'm all the inspiration.
Yeah.
But you spend the night in the temple.
Oh, yes, we do.
Supposed to have a scene with Koi, but Koi is
Sadly, he is
Not
absent.
here.
Again, because of infrastructure problems in another country. Sadly, we
There's no worry. Well, then I will, Kolith will at some point in the night check on Nim, seeing as she's the only one who doesn't want to sleep in the bunker. Well, Nim, where would I find you?
probably seated at the base of Mithra's statue,
Okay.
enough to be concealed from weirdos and Trying to look at stuff.
Does she seem disturbed by Cold's presence?
No, she'd be like wondering if you're leaving to go use the restroom or something. Just, oh, so you kind of look.
No. Though he'll walk over and sit down near you, but not super duper close. On the other side of the wall. Well, not on the other side, but off the corner. And he'll be looking up at the stars. Never been a big fan of roofs.
Okay.
Plan on staying out here all night? Or do you want to get in the, or do you want to experience the divine right that is a bed?
Tell her you want about. If someone's got to keep watch, I'll do it.
I got it. I want to look at the stars anyways. Go to bed, Nim.
I'll take orders from uppity salesmen.
Well, he's going to stand up and pull up his pants a little bit, and then I'm reminded of the fact that these pants have no elastic in them, so it ends up not being as impressive as it might be in one's mind. Ow!
Hurting yourself, huh?
I am not an uppity salesman. I am an inspiring salesman. There's a difference.
Precious.
Go to bed.
No.
I got this.
Good. You get that side, I got this side. He'll just stare at you, annoyed. The feeling is mutual.
He'll just walk to the other side then. And then he'll sit down and he'll stargaze. Just appreciating the sky, the stars, and the night.
You breathe too loud. Do you know that? You breathe too loud.
I will endeavor to stop myself from breathing.
I'm just saying you breathe loud. For someone that stalks around wildlife and the like, you figure you would be able to quiet it. Ranger work do you do when you're breathing that hard?
I'm not a ranger. I'm a salesman.
Yep. That's why you go huff and puff when you're on watch. So it's sweet, sweet air.
He stands up and just walks further away from Nim. And just sits down. Is that better?
I'm beginning to wonder if you ever will bend your back.
Not like that.
Sad.
Well, honestly, it's not too surprising. That's not the kind of person I am. Keep thinking that everybody needs to adapt to you, but you need to also adapt to me.
I don't think everyone needs to adapt to me.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that, Nim. He sits against the stone, goes back to quietly watching the stars. You just keep thinking everyone's your enemy, Nim.
I never thought everyone was my enemy.
I find that hard to believe. Every time, Nim, he stands up again. Every time I put my hand out, you bap it. I've tried so hard to meet you halfway. I have tried so hard to protect what you value, what you claim to value so much. And then I'm always treated with suspicion, if not outright disgust. So yeah, I'm getting a little tired of it.
Okay.
Oh, that's... Okay, Nim. I know the others respect you and all. And
you call that respect?
But you have never... You've tried to be good, I guess. But you're treating me like shit. And you have not bothered to try and figure out how to deal with me.
You like projects. I give you projects.
No.
You
I
did pretty
like
well
to
at the
build
village.
something. I like to... You don't even know what I like. What all I want to do...
pottery, shiny things.
All I want to do... Well, yes, I do want to build things. I'm not good at it, but I like to do it. It's my thing. I get antsy sitting still. I want to observe something. I want to watch something.
Then why didn't you stay at Mithy City? You could have built walls.
Because she's there. A
So
god who
don't
doesn't
deal with
think
her.
twice about fucking everything up. She tries to help. I'm convinced she was just trying to kill us. After I
Really?
fucking found her.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's just like all the other gods. Monster.
And how do you know what the other gods are like?
Oh, I've met quite a few since I've met you all.
And
And they're all
makes you think
monsters.
prove it.
He looks aghast. Just okay. Since I met you, there has been a strike of fire from the gods themselves, devastating half this in effing continent.
Mhm.
Killing one of your child's parents for what? Oh, because they got angry.
That doesn't make them a monster. That makes them an overpowered toddler. There's a difference. I would pay for that
No,
later.
there
Regardless.
isn't. There isn't a difference. They,
Yes, there is.
when you have that kind of power and you act that irresponsibly, you are a monster. You are a mad dog that needs to be put down.
Doesn't that always include you?
Of course it includes me.
Hmm.
I was always meant to be put down.
And why?
Why? Why?
What crime would a simple salesman who specializes in pottery be put down for? Why are you so expendable?
Because I'm a bad potter.
And? Oh, that's a crime?
It's not something in my favor.
Oh, your
Look,
falsehoods of personality are the crime. You personally are fine. Your pottery is still a work in progress.
my pottery's amazing. Holds up one of his lopsided drinking glasses. I was chosen because I was dispensable. My brother
Who gave
and
you that
I
branding?
were dispensable.
Okay.
We did not have enough standing in the village. In the group. It was they could afford to lose us the most. We also had handy enough abilities that we might be able to survive more than a week. So we were given a sack of food, a few supplies, and boldly told, "You go that way and make some noise, while we go the other way."
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm dispensable. And that's okay. I have come to accept my inevitable death.
Sounds like you're dispensable to them.
I'm dispensable.
Dispensable.
Clearly, I'm dispensable. And I'm dispensable to you as well, to this group as well. I am. But that doesn't matter.
You are?
Obviously, I am dispensable.
Why?
Why? Why? I make bad bots. That's
And
my
good
thing.
poisons.
You don't know that. You've never used my poisons.
I don't have to. Most of the things I intend to shoot are things I intend to eat. So poison would be counterproductive.
Look.
Do you ever think of that? Or were you too busy seeing everyone as an enemy?
He just stares at you. That wasn't the right move. Yeah. You may want to eat what you kill. But I'm just saying, you've never tried my poison. You don't know if they're good or not. But this isn't sad sack MB time. This is MB telling you that he'll take watch, you go to bed,
No, no, I'm a little too stirred with these passionate tales of wonder you keep spewing about. What kind of village sends people out to die? That's ridiculous.
They send them out to die for the greater good. They were going to get caught. We knew we were going to get caught. Our sick and old were going to get caught and get us killed. So,
Is that not the
we
natural order of things?
He just looks at you. They were family. You
Okay.
don't kill family.
But you were perfectly content threatening the life of my family. You even called them monsters.
No. That is not what I said. I said they resembled beastmen. And then I reassessed.
See, I called my mother a tantrum toddler. And you called her a monster. That's the difference. You called my children beastmen. Oh, cool! But I still let you talk. That's...
You are not a demigod.
No, I'm just some smart-ass elf who likes fixing sculptures of gods and taking care of things that would disrupt the natural balance of nature. That's what I am.
Yeah. So I never called your mom a god. A monster.
Probably should. You should see her when she's pissed. But yeah, no. According to that theory, she believes that I'm her kid, so that's gonna be weird to figure out.
Again, more delusions from monsters.
This world is filled with darks and... Oh, was it darks and terrors? Broken?
Darkness and terrors.
That thing, yeah. It'd be kind of cool. Kind of weird. I have a cousin. Be nice to meet family.
I'm nice.
So back to calling me and mine monsters.
I'm nice to everyone.
I would love to believe that. I think
I
that you're professional to most.
Hmm?
Your smile means the same as a sprout in the dirt. Not sure if it's a weed or a flower. It's fine. It's there. And people will take it if they want to.
Exactly.
But if you sound fake, it tends to throw people off.
They're thrown off by me anyways. Why not? Why not put on the smile of the century? As he says that, he points to his face with his gigantic smile.
You better hurt your face doing that. Life's too short for lies. Just that simple.
Life is just long enough for me to smooth over things with a smile.
Yeah, that's still creepy as hell. Probably should get that fixed.
Maybe you should get your face. Maybe you should get your face fixed, Nim.
Yeah, I'm okay with my occasional smirk.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Probably because there wasn't much of a reason for it. Besides, if you carry on this loud, you're gonna wake up the children. I'm them.
Well, I guess you can stay out here, Nim. I tried. I've tried so hard.
Have
I'm
you
just going to
thought
sit
about
and watch the
what
sights.
works and what doesn't instead of just approaching me directly?
He'll just stare at you. Then he'll walk away. You don't know how to deal with me, Nim. And you never will. He just sits and watches the stars.
Is Fila around? Is Fila around?
She would be, but you aren't sure you can see her. You can try and ask for her.
Is Iru awake or asleep?
Iru is in the half awake, on top of the roof. You know, where she's like half asleep, half awake, keeping watch.
Fila,
Yes. What is it?
you will be taking over in my stead.
I'm already on watch. Don't you worry. And your little bird on top is also doing a pretty good job.
Yes, she'll be coming with me.
Oh? Where are you going?
Some things have to end. This is one of them. Looks over at the Skyfather statue as she talks.
What do you mean something has to end?
I have tried for far too long to build bridges to lands that don't exist. I have no intention of continuing this foolishness when there's more to be made, more to be done. So, like a bad dream, I'll leave. With a little help. She'll brush her hands over the lightning bolt. I'll have all the power I need.
Are you sure about this?
With ears as cunning as yours. Surely you heard all of the spats and carrying on amongst the lot of them. There is no reason for me to remain. Fought long and hard. And I am tired. Tired of carrying all of them. I can't be vulnerable with those who can't be vulnerable. I know, it's cruel.
Where do you wish to go?
Part of me wishes to go to Mithra, aid the city, keep it safe. Part of me wants to study the Godflesh, scout ahead, Easier to hide when you're by yourself. Less stumbling people behind you. Though sadly, flight eludes me. Just a little bit longer.
And there is nothing I can do to convince you to stay with the group, because as it stands now, if you leave there, I don't see a chance for you to come back alive.
The fact that you think that I would die is insulting. Do I seem so fragile to you?
No. You do radiate power.
Speculation of godliness aside, which I still believe is mystery and not yet proven.
Yes.
I am a druid. Nature is present. I am under the impression it would be extremely hard to kill.
True. If there were any nature where you're going.
If I go towards Mithras, there should be plenty. If I try to get to the Great Tree, that's where the problems will come in, I think.
I cannot answer that.
I don't think you've gone that far. I think you've been too busy dealing with the problems here.
Me and my sisters have been doing our best to keep our cities and our people safe. But the
And that is
incursions,
a wonderful effort.
but the incursions of the beasts and this sickness that is starting to spread. Foils our attempt at any turn to try and bring stability and prosperity back to our people. So,
Sickness, incursions of the beastmen. The disease is coming from where?
east of here, it poisons the very land.
I believe this is tied to the god flesh.
I believe so. Its infection is even poisoning the very earth. And it has been doing so slowly for hundreds of years. But me and my sisters have tried everything we can in our power to keep it contained, but it is failing, our attempts. More and more of us are dying at every incursion, and every time we try and protect our cities, our people. It's a losing battle. So I ask of you, please, do not leave. If Mithra believes that you are capable of doing this together, then...
But you don't.
We ourselves
You are consumed by doubt.
yes, I have been consumed by doubt, as you say. But wouldn't you, when you have seen every a majority of your sisters dying horrible deaths at each turn as we try and do what we are asked to do and then more to it?
Nim will turn and gesture towards the party. They didn't die. I leave them alone for one small side mission. They crumble apart. They are devastated. They are upset, angry, scared. They were forced by our sweet Mithra, your mother, to express themselves instead of waiting. Because time's not on our side, but emotions are not things you can pluck from the ground. They have to be shared. Which is ironic, if you think of it. Because they're expecting me to provide my kindness, and my kindness has not yet grown for them. My kindness is not what they're used to. Yes, I am harsh. Yes, I'm a bit abrasive. But if any of those pale monsters were to approach them, that sun lance would look like a cat scratch compared to the amount of devastation I would stake my soul in invoking. But, terrible atrocities aside, that doesn't matter. What matters is what they believe. What matters is what they see. So it doesn't matter if your mother supposedly believes in me. What matters is that her own child stands before me, consumed by doubt. Because all they see is death. I'm not asking for you to lie. Hell, I prefer realism. But I will not stand for what is being done. I can only apologize so much. I can only do so much before it all sticks together. And it has. It really has. I can't help them. My time of trying to lead this adorable flock of well-meaning do-gooders has come to an end. They don't need me. So it doesn't matter how many gods I try to save, how many people I try to rescue. What matters is, are they appreciating it? Are they living? I feel like that's pretty realistic to have. I mean, I can't expect everyone to be grateful, right?
If that's your choice, that's your choice.
No counter argument.
You call yourself a druid, and Mithra told me you chose the circle of shepherds, those who guide those who lead. And yet here, just because you have a couple of you see her eyes pierce through the darkness underneath the roofing from one of the cracked walls. Some proper stubborn asses. You're throwing your towel in the ring, giving up on. What does that not make you break your vows, your word, your pledge to the circle you're part of?
I didn't make any vows. I don't make promises I don't intend to keep. Those that I have gathered to try to aid and elevate are already working. So, your little jab at calling me what? The Oathbreaker isn't helping.
No, I was trying to make sense of this because for you to abandon what is your charge, is that not going back on the very beliefs you have? Even if it's hard, even if the times are tough? Is that not where you need to persevere and push forward till you reach greener pastures for your little flock?
That's the problem. There are no greener pastures. If you're walking towards something and it's just devastation, perilous cliffs, clearly something that's going to kill the flock, you don't lead them there. And if this place is as terrible as you're making it out to be, then there's no reason for them to be there, is it? I'm just sad it took so long for you to be so convincing. We really did waste our time coming all the way out here. Darn shame. Well, we found 4 capable workers, and we fixed a few statues. That's a prize, right? See, the problem with being vilified is that damn the good intentions. Damn the well-meaning intent. If all they're going to see is a monster, why not give the people what they want? Why not make them understand? Because I only have so long. And my shepherd crook is only so long, too. Zafila.
Yes.
Any more insight?
don't think Mithra would take kindly that you abandoning this quest you're on to kill the godflesh before it starts consuming more.
Well,
Though she
I would
does.
hope that she would have the realistic expectations to understand that perhaps we're not powerful enough to deal with this overwhelming problem. That despite my persuasion skills, that goofball's ability to sell things, and the pious nature of Seamus, the strength of Koi and the sass of Tenny, we can't quite get through and destroy these things that are horrifying enough to be overwhelming full-fledged gorgons. Right? That would be unrealistic. Right? Almost desperate. Right? Gonna have to be a little bit more convincing to be urging me to go anywhere near that sheer cliff face. From where I'm standing, it's not gonna be worth it.
No. Maybe not going into Deadlands will be worth it yet for you, but there are cities you can help.
City.
There are still people you can help.
Want me to ferry a bunch of humans that have never even seen an elf before? And for what? They'll be walking bait. The beastmen will surely come for dinner. And if not them, perhaps the godflesh. And what good would it be then? Another smear on the mountainside? Oh, she'll probably shed a tear, maybe. But that doesn't really solve anything, does it?
Fine, what do you want?
I would like something powerful enough to either kill the godflesh or enough time to help your mother and her pretty little city. Because quite frankly, if these cities are burning, dead, and lost, what are we doing here? Did you just want us to take a body count? Just to witness this never-ending dreary dead? Is that the point?
No. It is not. She wishes that you might have the potential to break through their lines and end this travesty, this horrific thing that our people go through.
Random people that she's met a handful of times.
Who were
One that she
powerful
thinks is...
enough to free her from imprisonment.
That was literally just Kulith being a awkward flirt, Seamus trying to read a few things, and luckiness.
That's
I
maybe
think
how
Tenny did a lot of heavy lifting there, but I don't remember what exactly at the top of my head right now. And Kulth was doing things, and what was Koi doing? I think Koi was helping me.
And yet, you managed to do what we have failed for centuries.
Turn to a small snake, go to the entry point, turn it to big snake, lift off lid. Not that hard. Did they have anti-snake abilities to get in there? Was that why it was painful? Because I could see that.
We can't transform.
Oh. Well, shit. There's your problem right there. Why can't you?
I am as I was born. Many cycles ago.
I think it's a bit weird. But it does explain the issue.
What?
I thought you would have been able to slide inside. As snakes. It always disturbed me over the fact that you don't. But now I know that there is truly no way that you could have. And it makes me sad for you. But that whole thing aside, they don't listen. They won't listen. And I am too stubborn to break. So, I think we have come at an impasse, and they clearly don't want me here. So I probably should go somewhere where I can be utilized instead of just putting salt in whatever wound that they deem to have. It's not leaving when the going gets tough. It's knowing when to leave. They don't want me here. They have no intention of working things out, and all they see is a big, gaping wound. So, I am not gonna make it worse. I can't just wave my hand and make it better, sure. But clearly, there's no fixing this. Unless you have some clever ideas. Which I'm all ears to hear, since you are older than me and you probably have dealt with crazy stuff like this, having so many sisters.
You should know. Both older and younger, I used to have plenty of sisters. But not any longer. But that matters not. Yes, I have dealt with something akin to this before. But it doesn't help that you have built yourself such high and thick walls around yourself that you cannot be vulnerable with anybody unless they're vulnerable with you first.
How you prevent death?
Is that what you tell yourself because of what happened? Wait, what was it his name was?
Be careful. That's a very high horse you're on, and the ground is very hard. But yes, funny how a innocent little Gorgon like you would know about such a horrible event.
We have asked around.
Quaint. I wonder who the big mouth was.
Someone who traveled with you, funnily enough, to the city.
Furry of skin or pale of hair?
You just see Fang's smile as her eyes have gone slightly, slitted. Well, that's for you to figure out.
Yeah, considering that one of them is one of my oldest friends, and the other one is a recent addition to maybe don't set them on fire. I'm gonna be inclined to think it was the humanoid.
Really? That's sure, I
I
guess.
don't think that ghost would betray me like that.
What if they didn't thought it was a betrayal, but a way to help you? For someone else to know the burden you carry on you?
They gotta stop stinking their fangs into other people's business. If I wanted help, I should have just brought those lot with me. The pale one can scream till the kingdom breaks. I'd rather deal with those lots squabbling than have to deal with these lots' ire.
Hmm.
Oh, we'll probably carry on till morning. So Seamus and the others will definitely wake up.
Yeah. You will have this discussion throughout the night. Having a little discussion about what about, you know, because if you, where she tries to point out that if you do leave them, they will die. Because there is no one there to take charge to make sure that they get out of there alive. Kolev, roll me a perception.
Sure. Do 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 do.
Because they aren't necessarily, being completely quiet about this conversation.
I got myself a 10.
You hear small bits of the conversation. Not the full conversation. You just hear like when the voices are raised a little bit. You manage to hear some of the conversation.
So, where Kolth is right now, he's ready and just waiting to die. So, Nim suggesting she's going to leave. Okay, I know what he's going to do. So, he'll go over. Nim, Gorgon,
Fila.
I have a name, salesman.
see, that's not an insult to me. It's a job description.
I mean, so, well, okay, no, I shouldn't say that. My apologies, Fila.
Look, Nim, she's right. Though, honestly, I'm going to go to the Godflesh. And I'm going to try and kill it. Whether you're there or not, I'll be there. But if you want to leave, I'm not going to stop you. I'm tired. So tired of trying to put my hand out. Because I've done it many times now. And I think what this really comes down to, Nim, you're not willing to be vulnerable. You want us to be vulnerable first. Then when we are vulnerable, we get snide comments. So yeah. We don't want to... I understand you think you're being sarcastic. But we can't parse that. You're either so dry that we don't understand that you're being sarcastic, or we just don't have the mental strength to deal with it. So, no, you don't know how to deal with us. And if you feel that running away from is the way to solve it, fine. I'm not your babysitter, Nim. And we didn't fall apart because you left. That was never the reason why we were mad. We were mad because you did it without saying, hey guys, I'm heading out. There's an emergency I need to take care of. You left us a messenger who didn't tell us. And then, instead of letting us cool down, a god forced us to talk. So we vented everything at you. So Nim, right now you're taking... you were forced to listen to people talk about you at their most angry moment. Which isn't really their most rational. Remember my apology? And I said that? Because that's what happened. Our minds... Well, a god tried to interfere with our interpersonal relationship and destroyed us. But again, that's what gods do. They fuck with us. Because they think that they're helping. That is why I call them monsters. If you think going off by yourself and sulking is going to be the right thing to do, go ahead, Nim. I'm going to go to die now. Because I went to die about a month ago. And right now, I'm going to look forward to seeing the sunrise. And I'm going to fight like hell to see another one. It just starts to walk away.
Got anything to add to that, Seamus? Or are you still being down there all cozy like?
Um, guess to have come up towards the end of that conversation. Not entirely sure of what's going on, but if he thinks he's going to go up and die, I'll be pretty damn sure that's not going to happen.
Well, you better catch him and convince him, because he seems pretty suicidal right now.
It's called just like walking in the direction of the Godflesh, or it's just like waiting for
Oh
the
no,
rest of the group.
he's packing up the supplies and breaking camp. He just doesn't trust that Nim's going to be there, and he is convinced of his. So, out of character, you guys misunderstood what he was saying. He's ready to die, to kill the Godflesh. To him, he is already dead, and he's fighting to be alive. There's a distinct difference between between suicidal and being fatalistic. Well, it's less fatalistic and more he knows he's likely to die, but that doesn't matter as long as he succeeds. Basically, killing the Godflesh is more important than him being alive. But no, he's just breaking camp. He's behaving normally.
Yeah,
thought
I'm
was
bored. I have no idea what the frick else to do here. I have tried working with others to try to find a way to find some way to drop her guard down.
Yeah, but
Nothing is really working.
sadly, one
If
who
anything, it's just adding more armor and spikes to the fortifications.
Yeah, being sarcastic and acerbic to Kolith was probably the best, the worst move you could have made. So Kolith is going to gather up the rest of the supplies, and he's going to put some cold pemmican in his mouth and chew. And so, are we heading out?
as soon as everyone else is ready, yeah.
I guess I'll wait then.
Koi packs his stuff correctly by basically just rolling together his sleeping gear, and he's ready. Tenny was already having her things packed by before first light, so she's also ready to go.
At least by the time we gotta move.
Yep. Time to go.
Whoop, wrong map.
So, we were heading towards right here.
Updated map for you.
I appreciate that. Samarkand. Yes.
As you trek over, you actually start to see, as you follow the pathways north, you see some areas where you again run into small villages, hamlets on the way. Some have been burnt, some have not. But mostly you also see tracks of herds of animals who have been traveling through the area. But as you wonder, Nim, Tenny walks, breaks off and walks straight up to you.
I don't know how she would have not left with the party.
You did not leave with them.
Unless one of them's manhandling me, no.
In this case, Koi might be manhandling you.
Yeah, that sounds
Fine.
like something Koi would do.
I am an in backpack once again.
I sort of imagine just like carrying like a football.
Nah, backpack. She'll just attack his legs if she's a football.
Or having a
If she's
sack
a
of
back-
Nim over the shoulder.
No, she'll just kick him in the face. If she's a backpack, he can control where her hands are.
Mm-hmm. She would be walking up to you as you're hanging from Koi, hands crushed, her with an irritated look, and she would be looking at you and ask,
That's a pretty big dramatic pause you got there, Denny. I don't know if you accidentally muted yourself, so I figured I'd ask.
No, I was just going through because I had written something down. So I was just like looking at the fucking manuscript for a second.
That's right, flick your hair over your shoulder. Get in character.
So, Nim, I need to know what's wrong.
I don't mean to be that dick, but I'm gonna ask a very blunt question in return. Why does it matter to you? You can barely make out her like scowl because the poof of hair is obscuring most of her face at this point because her hands are being held across this man's shoulders.
Why? Because I've been trying to be nice, and yet you keep...
Maybe because I'm under this impression that you're being nice to levy something that I was probably going to already give you anyway.
I was not. I was trying to be sincere. And yet, every time I try to reach the horn branch to try and make up, you just keep... Well...
Bristling, becoming a hedgehog.
Well, being an ass about it.
It's almost like it's the only coping mechanism I got left.
And how do you think I'm trying to cope with everything? It's not easy. Like...
Literally have a husband. Why are you upset? You wanted a bird? I got you a bird. Why are you mad?
Why?
I don't help with feelings. That's Seamus's job. What What do you want from me?
I want you to understand the pain I'm going through. It's not easy. Not since God died that you seem only to blame me for, even though I tried. Nim. But were you there? No, you weren't. And yet you keep blaming me for it. Is that fair?
Funny that you assume I'm only blaming you for it.
That's what you said. You blamed me for it.
It's not just you!
And then
The only one to blame!
Then who? Then who are to blame?
Me for thinking that you guys were ready. How about that? I hear a scream, I go take care of it, I get screamed at. But you know what? I didn't lose any of you this time! Progress! Instead, I get chewed at every 5 minutes. Not you, Koi. You're over here. Dear. Strong, annoying grapple checks. Fucking annoying.
Koi just grunts in response to that. How are you to blame? You weren't there.
If I was there, I could have done something about it. Think of that?
Maybe you could have done something that led to him not being ripped apart. But do you know why he chose to stand his ground?
Yes! Because he did his freaking job!
Then why are you blaming everybody else and yourself for him doing what is his job?
Because it would have elevated some of the issue of, I don't know, him having to take on the thing by himself?
He did not. Both me and Seamus held out. How
Did! Then how did you two magically not end up ripped up? It might be because he was too busy, I don't know, doing the same thing that he did with Choktar and trying to fist its skull open. I don't know! Again! But I do know that Gut would be selfless enough to try to kill the fucking thing. Well, you two were doing something. I don't know, making sure kids didn't drown. Maybe you got that beam thing that you do that's weird. I don't know. But he wouldn't have been alone. Are there any more brilliant questions you have? You're not gonna do that weird trance thing when you're talking to your patron or whatnot right now, are you?
And you know why we got mad of you just leaving with Aegis?
I wasn't expecting to get my ass handed to me for responding to a scream. But sure, enlighten me.
Because she didn't tell us.
Oh, there wasn't time. I sent someone that would.
And
Apparently they
he
elected
didn't.
to be a bit of an ass about it. But okay, how was that on me?
You could have been better and told Sobek to tell us. At least she is more straightforward than you are. Or Riley, for that matter. Jeez, I understand where he gets it from now.
There are horrible things that could be said in response of that statement, and I am electing to be kinder and not fucking say it.
Really? What were you going to say? Out with it! Let's all be honest now. Wouldn't that just be peachy?
No, it wouldn't be peachy. It would be traumatizing.
Really? You think you can traumatize me more than I'm already, yeah?
I don't see you putting your life on the line to replace and repair your homeland. Or did you forget?
I am trying to do what I can. But there is...
I bet you are! So, what have you given to your patron to try to fix the dream? Go on, Tenny, tell me. Or have you forgotten? Because when I saw that look on your face, I could only imagine how devastating that was. There was no parallel in this modicum of land or reality or whatever the fuck they want to call it now. I had no parallel. All I knew is that if it was enough to devastate you that bad, then it had to be about as bad as losing Errol, maybe times a million. I don't know what a million is, but I bet it's big and very bad. So, I offered up to get the bird back. I offered up to get the dream fixed. What more could you possibly want from me, woman? You already have a husband! I can't give you kids either, so don't come crying to me!
No.
I can't fix more than I already am!
No. I know. And I've been thinking of actually wanting to say thank you. If you weren't such a pedantic ass about it.
Thanks! Just get the job done! I'm not doing this for head pats! I'm doing this because if that goes to crap, everything goes to crap. Yes, I can admit some of it was for you. Sure. I'll put that out there. Ooh, Nim did something nice for Teddy. Please don't have a cardiac. We still have shit to do. I know it's hard, but you'll find a way. Hug your husband some more. I don't care. So, but I don't get to dream. And that sucks. Horribly. So I would like to fix that. Because if I'm losing my shit over it, I can only imagine how everyone else might be losing their shit over it. Some people actually may not give a fuck. But, you know, fuck them. So, does that make any sense? At all?
Looks in the distance to zooms way back to the city where Iga still is, just packing up to leave.
No, that's just met with crippling anger, bubbling regret, and just rage. He could fall over. That's fine. He's old enough. I'm being held up, so I don't get to fall over. But he could do it for me.
Don't you think I'm doing my own things to try and help with what is going on?
I'm assuming so. I don't know. Well, stop gawking, Seamus. Say something, man.
God damn, that took that's a little bit for me. Sorry.
I mean, truth be told, I'm not entirely sure as to what to do in this situation here.
Welcome to the boat. We don't have cookies. All I have is sarcasm. Anything? I think it should be loud enough for the others to engage if they want to.
Honestly, Kolith is just listening because he doesn't disagree with what Tenny's been saying. So
Crickets. Anything?
I don't think anybody has anything to say, but I have a little bit more from Tenny.
Sure.
And you say that you don't even know how much pain I am in.
Nope. Just speculation.
Well, I can tell you, it would be like if someone took your mom, your sister, your father, and everyone else you might have any slight relation with and completely remove, leaving you with nothing. Not a heart. Not a tent Nothing.
Can we feel a ping of sadness coming from the ring?
Even though most of them might not have been good friends, or even true friends or family, but they still were something. And they're all gone. Everything I have known, everything I have, every place I have walked, every lake and river I have swum in, gone. Nim.
Makes you feel any better? The throne room is still there.
You just hear her scoff at that. Annoyed.
That
Find a silver lining.
Before you see the city ahead. And you see dark clouds hanging above.
God, another one.
And smoke in the distance.
Kolith is going to meet back up with everybody. Looks like we're going to have another burial detail. The city's most likely been sacked. Well, though we already knew that. Let's head on up. Remember the deal. We look for survivors. Then we look for anything of use. Okay. Looks to Seamus, looks to Koi, looks to Tenny, looks to Nim. Got it?
Aye.
He turns towards the city and marches on. Oh, God. So he's going to... Okay. Are there actual fires, or is that just for dramatic effect?
No active fires, it's just more pummeling of smoke that still rises for some of the building that has been on fire.
Okay. Seamus, I need you to, if you could set up a triage center, if I can get Koi and Tenny, look for anyone alive. We'll see. I'll go with Nim to try and see if we can find anyone.
Right.
Come on, Nim. Let's go try and save some lives. So, Kolith will start looking in places that look like they might have recent habitation. Can we tell at all how long these the fires have been out?
Well, as you actually, you're coming from down here, as you like move up, you see that some of the outright ruins are starting to be teared down by people.
Okay. Good people of Samarkand, I am Kolith of Ember with my merry band of avenging travelers. How may we be of assistance to you this fine morning? To dirty, sad, tired people.
Not really sad looking, tired, yes, as they're doing demolition work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh great, another ember?
Haha. Turn back to the party. See, I told you these people knew of us. How may we be of assistance? We have medical supplies and, well, not really much in the way, not a lot of extra food, but we have some.
You can go to the central... well, what would that be? Temple complex and governance palace.
Thank you, my good man. I make the person a sad clay a flower and hand it to them. A present for you, for your assistance. Come, my merry band.
He looks at it, looks at you, throws it into the rubble. It goes back to shoveling and hammering down broken walls.
Kolith pretends not to have noticed, but those who are watching him closely see a single tear roll down his cheek. So Kolith is going to walk very proudly to the center complex. I hope the others follow him.
I'll follow.
Nim doesn't really have a choice as she's being carried by Koi, and he follows along. You come up, as you walk up the steps to the first raised area. You can see lots of tents have been set up in the first raised area, where you can see people running around treating sick and wounded people. You also see a few soldiers around, trying to keep some semblance of order.
I quickly turn around to the rest of the group. So, I think it's pretty clear they need some medical help. We can probably negotiate some of our medical assistance for information. Or though they may just be willing to give us information. How do we want to play this? Who wants to be our front man for this? Looks to Seamus. Come on, I know you're the most talkative one.
I mean, that's an understatement. I will try my best to help out these people with healing as such.
Okay. He looks to you. Thanks for volunteering. If you want, I can. I suggest that we all meet them together because you may have a different way of looking at it. I know I have my little blind spot. Nim, do you have any way you want to play this in particular, or we're just going to head on it?
Oh, we were supposed to be getting a head count.
Well, they seem to have the basics covered. If they're already doing medical attention, then they at least into disaster relief. That means we don't need to do triage. They're already doing it. So, we can negotiate a additional assistance from us, or information, or even support. Once we figure out what actually happened. We actually may want to find that out before we go barging in.
But before that, we will take a small break. We've been at it for almost 2 hours. I need to go to the bathroom really quick, and everybody else can go and grab something to snack on or something to drink. We'll be right back, dear viewers.
Riath.
I think
Riath on mute. You think we are what?
Wait, what was that name?
I think we are amazing.
What the shit? We are on break, so that's why.
Yeah.
Like, you can unmute.
Just give me a sec. I'll just get the other guy in the door and I'll go for a smoke.
You guys can talk or whatever.
Okay. Okay, so I was talking with someone. I missed that last bit. Who are these people that you've just run into?
They are they're people from the sacked city of Samarkand. We assumed that they were in we would have to do triage, but they seem to have their basic stuff together because they're already doing demolition and medical treatment, which tells us that they've already taken care of the basics. So we don't need to be doing that. So we're going to go and chat with the local magistrate to try to figure out what happened and any information they have about the Godflesh.
Right. So they were from that town that was nearby or something?
Yes, they are on the border of the Godflesh. I'm hoping to get the fact that there's so many of them tells us that they have some way to push to at least resist the god flesh. Because if they couldn't, they would have already been. They would all be dead.
Did he say how many there were?
No, not yet.
Not yet,
Oh, okay.
but we the fact that they are our guards tells us that there are enough people to be put to demolition work, b enough to be seeing in the to the needs of the medical the needs of the city for medical attention, and C, enough of them to protect the magistrate instead of helping to either look for or defend the direct entrances to the city. So that tells me that they actually have their shit together. So we don't need. So we're not in immediate need to help them. So let's see what we can get from them.
Apologize for the traffic at the moment.
No worries. But so that's Kolith's thought process.
Right. Plan is to go. People see.
We'll see what we can get from them. I'm hoping to get some. And then Kolith just realized that we should probably try and figure out who did this before we run into the magistrate. Because
Gotcha.
Because this could also have been a stopover from the beast people, though.
The beastmen.
Yeah, but it's unlikely for the simple reason that the beastmen would have, in theory, would have passed them what, a month and a half ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh, the fact that the fires are still emitting the smoldering is still emitting smoke makes me think that this is a somewhat recent thing, which makes me worried that it's spawning hordes of beastmen, and if it's spawning hordes, that's a huge problem.
Either that or the like those animals.
Well, this looks like a raid. For the simple reason that if it was flesh infection, they would all be dead.
That's true.
So it's most likely a raid of some nature, but how do we deal with that? It could also be a local harpy tribe that but again, it's one of those things that we need to figure out before we go harassing the magistrate. Because we want to go in there with solutions, not with so what's going on here?
Yeah. What the fuck happened to you?
Exactly. So we want to go in there and be like, so I hear that you have a blank problem. Have you ever thought about not being a target?
Have you ever thought of not dying?
Exactly. I find that death is
that.
Welcome back, Pass.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's his thought process on why he wants to do what he's going to do, and hopefully That'll work. And we'll see how this all goes.
Well, that's perfect timing because I just finished my smoke and now I've got to go back to work. So I will talk to you all later.
Alrighty.
See you later.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Keep your weird sleep magic to yourself, mister.
Never! Sleep magic forever!
God damn it. Is everybody ready to go back? Or to
I am.
continue?
Guess we're all here then. Unless Gunny needs to escape. I'm assuming not.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just eating.
Ah.
Okay. So, who wants to do the interrogation of the local populace?
No.
Okay. Seamus, you want to do it?
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
He's going to look around, see if he find any person, does any shamans or clerics around.
Sorry, baby, in the background.
It's all good. We didn't hear anything.
No, but the stream did.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Let's see here. Huh. Here you see a priestess of Mithra, and you see a couple of priests you're not entirely sure you know of. You don't recognize their sigils or their markings.
I will head to Priestess of Mithra since that's what I'm most familiar with.
Ah,
I was...
yes,
Hi,
and you are?
my name is Seamus. These are my friends. We just selected her. What happened exactly here? Or how can we help?
Well, much help I'm not sure you can do. She looks you over for a moment, squints a little bit.
I am a priest of another.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a long time.
Is she's the goddess that my clan mostly follows. We are familiar with the other gods. We may not look well, we do have ways of helping out with healing and such.
Well, you can't really help unless you truly have a cure against an infection that seems to have run rampant. We don't know how, but it seems like some kind of monster had made it inside our very town. after the last raid happened. When she says the raid, she like rolls her eyes at the notion.
But we're given a task by Mithra herself to come up here and help out. And I believe we do have a means of being able to cure this blight that your people have been affected with. If it's the very same one we're trying to fight. Have character. If you guys want, you can chime in as well.
Sorry, you were doing great. But past, does the gal have any reaction to the fact that we were sent by her god and we possibly have a cure for the blight? Well, when you bring that up, Kolith will immediately start creating a little plinth for him to place sample bottles. I come right up.
Excuse me, what?
We should have means of helping out with the blight that is affecting you. We dealt with that before.
We can't really go around saying that when we don't know what symptoms the patients have.
I'm gonna create a little sign that shows a picture of Mithra with the finger guns and pointing to us with a big smile on her face. And the finger guns are gonna be pointing to my potions. Subtlety.
Blaspheme.
Looks down.
Okay, who was she talking to?
She was talking to Kolef for what he is doing.
Oh, it's really not the best time for that.
We are Mithra approved, are we not?
But
That hand gesture might mean
Oh.
something else for this culture. You never know.
also, I kind of curious about that it's business about using her image like that to promote healing.
Well, I'm not sure these people know how to read. In fact, I don't know how to read. Looks at the sign. Wipes the clay away. And tries to come up with another sign.
Anyway, Mom, can we see one of your patients, one of your affected patients, so we might confirm this blight?
Sure.
Probably should ask how it's transferred.
Does she start taking us to one of the patients?
She quite literally turns around and walks over to one of the lean-to tents.
As we're walking, I'm going to ask, so do you know how this infection is spread?
Not really, because I myself haven't seen the so-called monster that has been doing this to our people.
Have you heard any description of what this monster looks like?
It depends from person to person, but most of them that seems to say the same thing says it's some kind of creature, monster of different parts that hugs you and stings you and bites you.
Does it sound like what we fought in the past?
Nope. And I was doing my darndest to not make a terrible joke.
You going with us?
Out of character, does sound like the monsters that we're used to fighting. So,
Are we used to dealing with things that hug us? Because I don't think we're used to dealing with things that hug us.
we're used to kind and loving people who want to hug us.
Yeah, but that's different.
But it's more that I view that as more physical contact.
Hmm.
So they want to get in physical contact, which is exactly what the other ones wanted to do. They would bite, hold us down, and sting us, that kind of thing. But we have a lot of extra percative guys, so we can try that.
I do have lesser restoration.
Well, except our percative is cheap. It doesn't take a spell slot.
Yeah, that is true.
We don't know
And unfortunately,
if this infection acts like the taint does.
Well, right now we're making assumptions, and this would allow us to determine if it is.
Well, do you look at the patient the priestess is taking care of?
Do you
I
have
do.
detect poison or disease?
Yes, I do.
I want to use that one. Because if it's airborne, she could be infected.
The disease does ping out. Actually, I'm gonna roll something right now. Havoc die time.
Pshaw.
um, everyone but a few people doesn't ping out.
Excuse me, what?
Everyone but a few people doesn't ping out.
Oh,
So only a few are infected?
no,
Not.
they're all... Yeah. Most of them are infected.
You just... If everyone... All of you just see Shims go wide and just like a slow turn in a circle
Yeah.
around him.
I'm gonna grab you and we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave now. We're gonna leave right now. I don't care if she follows us. If she follows us out too far, at least it's one insect. No, we can outrun her. Come on, move. No, that's a sad Seamus. We're gonna move. Yeah.
Oh.
There's so many infected here.
All the more reason for us to not be here right now.
Wait, where are you going? I thought you said you would help us.
Many infected. We need to isolate so that way we can do one sick person at a time to see if the poultice works. Sound fair? I think that's fair.
Kolith would like, since Kolith is still at his stall, he's going to try, he's going to start to make some tea. The tea that makes you vomit. That we had. Oh wait, no, you were using a pill, weren't you? Never mind. He'll start to try and make the pill. Do you want me to roll medicine? Or does Kolith already know how to make it?
I don't think you know how to make it, so roll me a medicine.
Rightio. I'm casting guidance on myself. So Kolith begins touching himself.
Fail.
I'm not sure that roll is high enough. So guidance.
I have a character. Was amongst the infected, was the Metzler priestess one of them?
She didn't ping up.
So, GM, I hope that a 24 is enough. Well, whether it is or isn't, Kolith is just going to make a pile of the little little pills, little poultice balls.
24, do you have the right ingredients on you?
Actually, we do. We gathered up a bunch of material to make the potions. Remember? And it didn't even come close to using up all of our gathered up materials.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Before Name had told me, well, I've got a good look at one of the patients.
Yeah, you were looking at one of the patients when you activated your detect. Very weak looking, not fully emancipated, but very faint in color and black veins.
And this does look very similar to what we have dealt with in the past. Especially those black veins.
Isolate one of them. Feed them the poultice. Closely monitor them. Don't get infected. Your wife will kill me.
And he's gonna try to start administering treatment of it. Do we have any of that medicine that can expunge it from his body?
Still have that happy special flame. You know, in case they throw up the worms again.
Of course. Cast my sacred flame as many times as I need.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just so you have that in mind. So trippy the first time.
So he's gonna go down to one of the patients and cast Lesser Restoration on him. You might as well show the princess how done first so that we should tell the others.
Has you cast Lesser Restoration? You see, like, for a moment, the day seems to feel better, but as your spell, like, fizzles out after it's run its course, they just, like, seems to get worse again.
Okay,
So
has
that-
Lesser Restoration worked in the past?
No, you had to vomit that out.
Yeah. That's
That's
why I
why-
said to use the meds.
Yeah.
So, um, I guess Colton will just be the asshole here. After Kolith finishes making a pile of pills, he's gonna be trying to, come on, and try. Kolith will try the mighty cure. Ember approved medicine to clear yourself of the taint. And to prove it, he's gonna walk up to a person that looks ill and shove the pill down their throat.
Would we have seen Cole do this?
Oh, most certainly you would see Cole doing this. You'd be like, why isn't this lesser restoration working? Turn over, see Cole just shoving a pill down a guy's throat.
Oh lord. Me run over to Cole.
Now the key thing to remember about this pill is you need to just get it right down in there. And the person's like, no.
Hold on.
Yep. And they call me a monster.
No, I'm a charlatan. There's a difference. Not much of one, but there is.
So does the patient consume the pill?
Oh, well, yes, and we're just waiting for the GM to respond. But you can talk to Cole.
Oh no!
What?
Kolef, has you stuffed this pill into this person?
Yeah. He thinks it's gonna work.
You see them, like, hand to mouth first, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Just accept it.
Is there like a
accept it.
bucket or something around?
I rub his throat to make sure he eats it. Like you would a dog.
You then see him starting to bulge outwards, like...
Yeah, Nim's running for cover.
It's okay, people. It's all part of the process. Kolith has never actually seen this work, so he does not know to run.
I don't know what he did. All I know is that he did it wrong, and that person is now a balloon, and I don't know how to help them.
No.
Well, Kolef, has you, like, hold them from their mouth and their throat, for forcing them to swallow this. they go pop like a over.
What?
Now the magic question is if the entire body exploded or if it was just their abdomen.
Oh, it was the entire body that like went everywhere.
Cool is gonna stand there, covered in
Hol-
viscera.
Holding holding a head.
He's
You know, it's
I have
really
nothing
funny
to-
because I think the thing that we used on you, Seamus, was a liquid, not a pill.
you actually used both.
That's
One time
weird.
you used a tea, another time you used a pill, and then we discovered it via bad mushrooms.
Is
What?
any of those tainted worms writhing around?
People start screaming and running for cover as it starts raining down black goop.
Wait, so
We
is
just
the guy
start
dead?
burning it.
Is pass? Excuse me. Is the patient dead?
Yes.
Okay, but the black
Well,
goop is roiling out of them. Got it. Oh, their infection was too bad. I understand now.
That's really strange, considering how one of us looks at Seamus pointedly was pretty badly infected to the point they looked especially ripped, which was a plus for side eyes at Teddy, some of us. So, good job. Looks at it, NB.
Yeah, James is just immediately burning all that black goo.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, let's see if he can get his will back, or if he's going to go into Catonia.
Well, I suggest you get that medicine to Nim and make sure that way she can make sure it's safe.
Okay. Nim, could you look over this? I need to. Ah! So, Nim, I point you to my Pila O pills.
Now covered in
Viscera. Yeah.
in a black gunk that is sizzling as it's touching the pills.
Yep.
Well, that's not helpful. Boo.
Okay, out of character, when the hell did you get presentation and how?
I am a very clever pain in the ass that harasses the right kind of people.
You. Nim.
I also might have stole it from your wife. The world may never know. Also, let's get this crap done before she finds out and kills us all.
Coleth is gonna dry heave in a corner for a little bit.
As well you should. This stuff is nasty.
Yeah, you're completely covered in the coal, if I would like to point out, because you're, at
Oh yeah, the epicenter. Yep. I like to imagine that there is an outline of Coleth's body in just gore. But Nim cast prestidigitation to get the goop off
the
stuff.
pills.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you didn't cast it on me either. Me too. Oh,
I mean, I could.
I mean, hopefully you had your
it's
mouth
just-
closed.
he did not.
Oh dear.
I'll slap him later. Don't.
I actually need to check
Don't-
something right now. Give me a second.
God, I just about wash your mouth out.
Quickly.
Kolith is just going to have a bit of a panic attack. It's fine. It's fine. A patient that he thought he was going to save just exploded in his arms. It's fine.
Clean
Fine.
I'm gonna.
your.
Mom, I assure you this has never happened before.
Colif,
Mm-hmm.
because you were at the epicenter of that explosion, you take you take 13 points of damage.
Cool. Cool. I'm excited for this.
Because you, as you like, look yourself, or you can see you have even bits of bone fragments that are penetrated, just the outer layers of skin and whatnot because of your thick leather clothing.
Yep. Yep. While he's off in a corner, dry heaving, he's going to start picking the bone fragments and trying to clean himself off the best he can.
You could just approach. Don't throw up on me. Just approach.
Oh, he's not thinking right now. He's dry heaving.
Okay.
You can help him if you like, but he's not going to have the wherewithal to ask you to clean
Pills are
him
safe.
because he is dry heaving.
Attica,
Those are
doesn't
safe.
Tenny have calm emotions?
Yes, I believe she does.
She does.
Fat lot of good that's used. But she's not going to probably approach him either because he's icky. But she
Yeah.
also has prestidigitation, so she can clean him.
Wait, what's there any calm emotions?
Touch, which she's not going to want to do right now because ew.
Indeed. Ew.
Never. Oh, yep. There she is. Pretty girl has her pretty spells. Da da da. She does not have calm emotions.
Yeah, she got rid of it.
That's a
That's
damn
not
shame.
He'll be fine, and he just. This is just a way for me to step out so you can take care of your stuff.
Fantastic, even.
So, can you guys try and figure out what's wrong with the pills?
Yeah, what would you like me to roll to try to figure out what's wrong with the pills outside of literally giving one to Servo? Because that's definitely the thing I would like to do.
While you're doing that, I'm going to talk to the method priestess. Okay,
What did you do?
Mom,
Well, you killed him!
honestly, I'm not too sure what happened either. But if that's because he was probably one of the most badly infected.
Badly infected? He only had a minor fever like a week ago. But he got better. What are you talking about?
There's still like some remnants of black goo around us.
Yeah, there's a lot still raining down from the roof, like the overhanging roofs around.
Oh, hell no.
Mom, you see all this black goo here?
Yeah, that was once a neighbor of mine.
Just watch, and it's going to cast Sacred Flame at one spot.
Are you sure you're going to do that? Okay,
just
you're
say-
doing that.
I mean, I mean, is the second friend just like radiant damage? Like it,
Yes, but do you remember that it's still fire, even though it's holy fire? How does that react to, you know, this goop?
It becomes
can
napalm.
I rescind that and just explain?
No, you're doing this. You
Never
see
mind.
him walk over to a tent that is like completely covered where it's dripping down, and he holds out this like small ball of fire to it, and you see how the entire tent starts to be engulfed in holy fire.
The stuff that's in many of the affected is highly volatile to both flame and raid and holy magic.
I wouldn't say weak to fire. Those smoke palms, you can see that's where we're burning the dead.
I see.
Almost, almost 1 in 3 Persian has died.
Damn, how's that medicine coming along?
I saved the pills.
I gotta see what I could do to find additional information.
Nim, you can try and give a pill to someone else.
Sorry, does a tentacle show up out of my sleeve?
No.
I'm not gonna force feed this into another patient.
Fair enough.
Fuck that. So, Servo, if you don't mind, the fuck is this? The fuck is that? What happened?
You killed an infected. That's what you did.
I didn't do shit. He killed the infected.
Yes.
Now, how do we cure them unless kill them?
Many in that city is not worth the trouble of saving.
Come again?
Many inside that city is not worth the trouble of saving.
Because they're too far gone and that they are going to die regardless of whether or not we try to save them?
Or they'll try and devour you.
Well, that would suck. I kind of have things to do.
Yeah, that's why I say
Okay.
it's too much of a hassle, really, you know?
You remember I work with touchy-feely people. They get upset when they talk about cutting losses.
And that's why you work for me.
I work for you because you happen to have 2 assets that I dearly needed to get completed.
Oh, I thought I had more than just assets you were after.
If I start pointing everything emotions, nothing will get done.
Fine. But what do you
Remember,
need?
we need to figure out a way to either cure it, fix it, or give these poor people some answers. Because if these people are too far gone, then they deserve to be rounded up and, you know, respectfully told the situation that they're in.
I don't think that would be a good idea, Nim.
Do we just set the whole place on fire and be done with it? I mean, that seems a little cruel.
What are a few innocent lives when you can save thousands?
Your point is witnessed, but I don't like killing innocents.
Nim, if you're going to do what you wish, you will need to come to the term of people will die, especially under your leadership or someone else's. There's nothing you can do to stop it, that's how it is.
Hmm.
Just another day of Arnolda working overtime.
These people cannot be saved either, neither can their soul. It's already become part of them.
So what is your proposition that I'm to give to my merry band of feeling people?
I must say you're also feeling, though you hide
Rude.
them well. Rude.
Jokes aside, rude.
Rude. I have never been insulted like this before. How dare you?
Your dramatic response either insinuates that you are taking my words sincerely, or you do grasp that I was being sarcastic because I know very well that you have full transparency to my actual feelings. And you also know that I'm trying to get this done.
But still, to say that I am without feelings is grotesquely misplaced and falsehood.
Man, don't I know it?
But it is at your discretion what you do to
So
the
we
people
can't
here.
save the people.
How can you save someone who has no soul? The moment you try and cure them, they become nothing but a blob of flesh.
Which is why when the pill was administered, the person exploded?
Oh, that's because he was too far gone. You quite literally
Okay.
fed him something that killed him.
So, how do we do this? Do we just give them, like, I don't know, take the pill, make it into a tea or something to make it less
Potent.
horrific?
Oh, it doesn't matter what you give them in. If you give them to the wrong people, they'll still, like, die. Horrifically.
The people are panicking. We need to gather the people. We need to keep them here. We make that happen. The infected must be called. How do we make that happen?
I know how to do it. A sleep spell.
Do
We
you have
have
a means to duplicate powder?
Who you asking?
Could work. I could probably try to summon Lumos. Not nighttime though. He's not going to approve of this.
Probably
The
pretty
entire
close to nighttime. We were traveling for most of the day.
It is afternoon at this point as you arrive in the city.
The entire populace would sleep.
We don't need to do the entire populace. We just need to do those who are sick.
There wouldn't be a way to fine tune it. And with how
But Tenny
infected
has a
everyone
sleep spell.
is. Does she?
I believe she does. And if you just upcast the spell, she could cast it a few times.
She does not have sleep.
She got rid of it.
Looks like it.
Nutter Fudgekins.
She got rid of a lot of her spells and changed them with something else when she got her new patron.
So,
Okay. So we need to administer it to everybody that we can. I don't
the
have any sleep
pills
spells.
are just going to kill them. The infected must be called. This
Yep.
stuff acts like napalm.
Are you saying all this in or out of character?
Well, she'll be musing this stuff out loud. Catches fire like dry wood. And the pills are just going to kill them.
It's going to kill the
Once
ones that were too badly infected.
No. Once they're infected, their soul is rendered inert. So they'll die anyway.
This sounds much stronger than what we've dealt with in the past.
Yup. Which is part of the reason why there's not really much of a cure, so much as put them out of their misery before they become the problem.
Can I take an active perception to see if anybody's like starting to turn feral? Hello?
Sorry,
I was asking if I can make an active perception to see if anybody was turning feral.
if what?
If they're starting to turn.
No. People look scared as they run around in slight panic. First, as you know that, hey, this guy just like exploded in the middle of everywhere. And it's raining black goop from the sky. Following that.
It shouldn't be that long, man. Even if they were just ejected with plenty of TNT, after 5 minutes, the average human body should have been adequately dispersed through the area.
Guys, if the infection really does kill wipe out the soul. So if we cure them, there's nothing left.
Yes.
Then there is only one option.
Kill them all.
We start a fire and run away.
Well, we would have to bundle them together and then euthanize them.
No, we actually don't need to do that. Because the goop is like napalm, right? It'll spread like wildfire.
Provided that it is, caught on sacred flame fire. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
If
just have
we-
Seamus start the fire, then run away.
So here's the problem with that. We need to make sure that everyone is held accounted for, and then we need to figure out who's actually infected and who's actually not. And even if the
Seamus can do
ones,
that.
yes, and even if we magically get that taken care of, we still have to deal with the fact that the population is horrifically upset right now. So that's a problem. So the people who are present that are sick are the most likely to be infected. Those will have to be rounded up and euthanized. Do they deserve to know that they're about to be euthanized? In my humble opinion, and in my character's humble opinion, the answer is yes. Because maybe they have last words that they want us to take down to give to their families or something. But for fuck's sake, that might be doing all of this for too much. I don't know. There's also the other issue of the people who supposedly don't ping for a disease could still be verily infected. And that could be a chance that we're not going to want to take.
So then again, we just come down to we burn them all and let the gods sort it out.
Cute. Do we just put them all in a ditch first, or how are we doing this?
If we're going to be heartless monsters,
Wow.
what we do is we start a fire and just let it burn. We
Can't
use the
do it that
sacred
way?
flame aim to set fire to the goop that we've already deployed.
Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. If you do it that way, there's bound to be something or someone that'll scatter. That's a problem.
Well,
Except that the most sick can't run, which are the ones that we absolutely need to get rid of.
before you go on an entire spree about calling every sick individual, well, those who are recently sick can still be saved. Those who have had too long of an infection cannot.
Long
Because
of
they
an
have become.
infection must be called. Okay. Be called, and then we can cure those that are moderately or lightly infected.
Because even I can feel them calling out even to me, those in that city, just because they carry my blood, the same blood that runs in my veins. Doesn't mean I approve of it.
So you know what that means, right, Servo? Smile.
What?
You get to be a detector. Thank you so much for your service. Would you like food or another form of reward?
No.
Well, when you think of something to pay for your kind services, I will be more than happy to try to oblige. Provided it's within reason. Okay.
Why do you look so happy?
Because our dear sweet friend of Tenny has just volunteered themselves to be a detector of the
I
filthy.
did not, you little.
I'll say can't hear
Tentacle,
him, right?
please.
You can't hear him. She can because he's talking through his eye she has in his her skull. You see how her one eye just like goes completely, predatorial, has like stares into the towards the other eye.
I know exactly the feeling.
Okay, that's freaky.
It is very freaky. That's why I tend to keep that eye covered now. Come on.
Oh, what's the plan right now?
Oh, I'm going to politely insist that our dear friend Servo works as a wonderful observer and tells us which are those that we can save, which are those that we can't save. Put the can't save in the burn pile, put the can save in the cure line, and then hopefully somehow this has a bittersweet ending.
Is that Princess near us?
Is that what?
I was asking out of character if that Method Priestess is still with us.
Yeah, she's screaming her head off at Kolif. That
Yeah, he kind of had it come though.
And then she turns towards you. How could you make him do that? Just kill a sick man like that. How?
One,
Nev, you want to take this one?
I did not order that man to administer any sort of treatment without proper procedure. His zealousness did that. Two, we will be trying to evaluate who are the really super sick from those that are moderately sick, so that way we could distill our medication to the appropriate strengths to ensure optimum curing. Does that sound like a plan? Because that sounds like a good plan to me.
A cure? Your thing just killed one of the few sick one who was actually in the improvement. How can you
Yes,
say
because
that?
the apprentice is being overzealous and thought that by giving it at full strength that it would be completely fine. But that individual was not a good candidate for it being at full strength, which is why the violent reaction happened.
Actually, because he made it too strong. Um, because he rolled that high, he basically made like a super antiviral slash antibacterial infusion pill.
Perpetually is like that once from Simpsons when Homer chewed the chunky milk.
So, super pill against antivirus. I guess I don't really know.
And parasites.
Okay, so parasites and virus. Okay.
And bacterial infection. It can kill. It can
Okay,
kill.
so it will kill.
It
So
will kill.
we have this. We need to make it less violent so that way those that are not so infected don't have upset stomachs. And then those who are beyond aid are swiftly given the end that they deserve with dignity and respect. Does that sound fair? I feel like that sounds fair. Because I would if I could. I would just, adjust the strength and just cure them all and everyone would be fine. But that's not the case. So I'm proposing this idea.
Fine if you say that you can cure. That it's because it was too much for his body to handle that made him, well, pop like that. Like, I have not seen someone pop like that ever.
I
Same
have.
here. What?
Miss, you don't want me to answer that.
You're right about that. Something to be left unknown.
It wasn't a person.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Anyways, should we
It
get
was a
started?
frog.
Anyway, before we get to sidetrack, shall we start mastering medicine and aid? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, should we get started about administering aid and medicine?
Oh, we have to find a way to diffuse it so that way it's not so bad. And then we'll need to separate the truly badly gone and from the okay. So that way we could divvy up the less potent medicine. Do you need me to roll something for that? Is MB gonna get clean? Did Tenny help MB get less filthy and screamed at?
We can diffuse it in water easily. MB, I imagine Tenny has cleaned him off at this point.
Not
She's still
willingly.
horrified,
She's just
but
like ew, like at a distance, like patting you with something fabric, and it just like sucks all the
10
black
feet.
goop.
It's 10 feet, Tenny. It's 10 feet. You could be at 10 feet and just hold your hand out. It's fine. You don't have to be anywhere near him. 10 feet. 10 feet.
How you doing over there, Koloff?
throws the fabric into fire. It starts screaming.
Regular fire or sacred?
Well, that's just weird. It's a miracle my brain's still intact. Alright. Do you need me to roll anything?
Sure.
Is it
Roll me insight.
bad that I know that cloth's pain?
Huh?
That's I sort of feel bad for that cloth because I sort of know the pain.
You know the pain for making a ditch? Or you know the pain for getting precipitation from 10 feet away because your wife is disgusted with you?
I'm talking about being set on fire. Of holy
Oh!
flame.
Ah. Reminds me of that wonderful lunch you made that one time.
Huh.
You know, I think I hate that number. I'm not sure why, but I think I hate that number.
I mean, 17, as far as I've seen, would be a pretty good number.
Oh, it's just that he rolled a 16 out of 100. And the last time that happened, something bad happened. And now we have a 20. So that's either 36 or
Two
something.
different rolls. You manage to point as you go through. First, as you go through all the sick ones who are laying underneath the roofing, which you have been told is like the newestly sick people.
Sometimes when he does these pauses, I think that he's reading from a script, and so I'm waiting.
Sorry, I was
It's okay.
actually trying to remember. Did I remember to upload the battle map I prepared for today?
Nanny?
Ha! Joke's on you. There is no battle map because there's not going to be a battle. We're going to figure this out socially, and it's going to be great because we're going to separate the bar freaking gone from the okay-ish, and then we're just going to collect their last wills, whatever.
Love your talking about being. But I should be a bit pessimistic to say we might end up not getting to everyone in time, and some of them might start to turn.
Can we just, quickly look this over and quickly get this done before things go horribly wrong and then I just have to set everyone on fire? I really don't want to set everyone on fire. I would like to, try to help people and not be just regarded as some heartless beast. So if you
I mean, do you have holy magic?
I will be. I need to take a shot right here because I need help with the baby.
Ah, yes, save child.
At the babu.
One of these days, if I am given the ability to share spells, I am going to fix the biggest affront to Arnalda since day one. You're going to learn, Seamus. You're going to freaking learn. I will give you all the calf you need to make it so, but you will learn. You're gonna learn that good magic. Make your wife proud.
Learn what exactly?
Comprehend languages. Which, as a knowledge cleric, Should have been your first spell as far as I'm concerned.
Is that even a cleric spell?
I don't care. I'll make you one.
Hold on, let me just see this real quick.
Just me losing my shit. Oh, fuck. So I got people fucking make it one. So help me God. Bard, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. So, as a wizard, I'm not gonna tolerate you being an ass and not knowing any better. You will learn, or you will cry trying.
What did these all say legacy?
It is not a cleric spell. It is not a paladin spell. But it is a spell
Yeah.
that wizards get, and by God, do I want to shove it down your throat politely.
I'm sure we could work together to unlock fucking wizard.
Yeah. I love how you say work together when you were hellbent on paladin. And Nim logic clearly dictates of, what do I do? Give you a sword? Paladin.
I mean, here's the thing. The only paladin that I really know is Oath of Vengeance, and the only way to activate that is if something happens that causes Seamus to make a blood oath where where he's going to kill everything.
Seamus. Seamus. You're supposed to be killing more people, Seamus.
You need to murder more.
Seamus! It's literally the god of death and knowledge. You need to kill people so you can talk to the dead and get
God
their
damn it.
knowledge.
How did you know?
Seamus!
How did you know?
Seamus!
But but guys, I think we're going to run off here for today. We've been at it for over 3 hours now. I'd like to thank you, and I'd also like to thank you, dear viewers, for who have joined us here today. I hope to see you around next time, and also remember we also have YouTube for you who wish to catch up if your first time here today. But I'll see you around, and hope that you have enjoyed it. Until next time, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye now.